Meghan Markle made her first husband agree to a pregnancy contract to make sure that she was afforded every possible luxury if she gave birth to their child.
What if the man Meghan Markle left behind saw everything coming years before the rest of the world did? Before the royal wedding, before the Netflix deals, before the interviews, before the fallout. What if the first husband Meghan Markle quietly walked away from, looked at a photo of her standing beside Prince Harry, and instantly knew exactly how the story would end? Because according to reports, he said just 3 chilling words. "Oh, she'll close." And now, those 3 words are exploding across the internet, because people are starting to wonder what he really meant. This isn't just another royal drama story. This is about the one man who knew Meghan Markle before the palace, before the title, before the carefully crafted global image. The man who lived with her, built a life with her, married her long before the world even knew her name. And, according to insiders, the things he witnessed behind closed doors may completely change the way people look at Meghan's rise to royalty. Because for nearly a decade, while the world obsessed over Harry and Meghan, Trevor Engelson said absolutely nothing. No interviews, no tell-all books, no revenge tour, just silence. And sometimes, silence is far more dangerous than speaking, because silence leaves room for questions. Questions like, what does he know? And why has he stayed quiet for so long? So, who exactly is Trevor Engelson? To most people, he's just Meghan Markle's ex-husband, a forgotten name buried beneath royal headlines. But that description barely scratches the surface. Trevor Engelson wasn't some random boyfriend from Meghan's past. He was a serious Hollywood producer, a man deeply connected inside the entertainment industry long before Meghan became globally famous. Born in Great Neck, New York, in 1976, Trevor studied journalism before moving into television and film production. He later founded his own production company, Underground, and worked on projects like Remember Me, License to Wed, and the hit series Snowfall. This is important, because Trevor wasn't chasing fame through Meghan. If anything, it was the opposite. Now here's where the story gets fascinating. Long before Meghan became a duchess, before royal titles and palace balconies, she was just another actress trying to survive in Hollywood. And according to reports, that's when Trevor entered her life. The two reportedly met in 2004 at a dive bar in Los Angeles. No cameras, no royal security, no international headlines. Just 2 ambitious people trying to build something together. And they didn't date for a few months. They stayed together for 7 years. 7. Think about that. That's not a casual romance. That's history. That's someone seeing every version of you. The struggling version, the frustrated version, the ambitious version, the version the public never sees. During those years, Meghan was still fighting for roles. Trevor, meanwhile, was building real momentum in Hollywood. By all accounts, he supported her constantly, emotionally, professionally, financially. And in 2011, they finally got married in Jamaica during a lavish 4-day wedding celebration surrounded by friends and family. People who attended described it as joyful, relaxed, genuine. Even Meghan's father reportedly adored Trevor, calling him a perfect gentleman, which makes what happened next feel almost impossible to understand. Because just 2 years later, the marriage was over, and not in the way most people imagine. According to royal biographer Andrew Morton, Meghan reportedly ended the relationship in one of the coldest ways imaginable, by mailing Trevor her wedding and engagement rings back in the mail. No emotional closure. No final conversation. No face-to-face goodbye. Just a package. Imagine opening that box. Imagine realizing your marriage ended through the mail. And, according to people close to Trevor, he was devastated, blindsided. One former friend reportedly described it perfectly. It was like the rug had been pulled out from under him. But here's where things become even more revealing. Because insiders say the real cracks in the marriage had already started forming long before the divorce papers appeared. And the reason reportedly had everything to do with Meghan's ambition. According to author Tina Brown, Meghan was intensely driven, not just motivated, strategic. She allegedly pushed Trevor constantly to network harder, to become more aggressive, to open bigger doors for her career. And reportedly, one thing frustrated her more than anything else: Trevor's integrity hang-up. In other words, he wasn't ruthless enough. Now pause there, because that detail changes the entire story. This wasn't just about a marriage failing. It was about priorities, ambition, and how far someone is willing to go to reach the next level. Which brings us to the moment that has everyone talking right now. The moment Trevor supposedly predicted Meghan's future with Prince Harry before the world fully understood what was happening. And it happened during a casual text exchange. In 2025, television personality Bethany Frankel revealed something shocking on the Toast podcast. She said she met Trevor around the time Meghan's relationship with Harry first became public in 2016. At first, Bethany barely knew who Meghan was. She just recognized her as an actress from Suits. But when photos of Meghan and Harry started circulating online, Bethany texted Trevor one simple question. "Is that your ex-wife?" Trevor confirmed it was. Then Bethany asked another question. "Do you think she'll close?" Meaning, would Meghan actually succeed in marrying a prince? And according to Bethany, Trevor didn't hesitate for even a second. "Oh, she'll close. Not maybe. Not I doubt it. Not who knows."
Certainty. Instant certainty.
And that's the detail people can't stop obsessing over. Because Trevor answered like someone who already understood exactly how Meghan operated. Like someone who had seen the strategy before anyone else noticed it. Now, imagine hearing that if you're Prince Harry. Imagine realizing the man who knew your wife before the world did, predicted your marriage immediately. Not because of destiny, not because of fairy tales, but because he believed she would do whatever it took to achieve the life she wanted. That realization reportedly hit Harry hard. Because Harry has sacrificed almost everything for this relationship. His role in the monarchy, his military identity, his relationship with his family, his country, all built around one belief, that this was true love against the world. But Trevor's comments introduce another possibility, a more uncomfortable one. What if love and strategy were happening at the same time? And suddenly, moments from Meghan's past begin looking very different. The networking, the social climbing accusations, the carefully managed image. Even Trevor's failed Fox television project becomes more interesting in hindsight. Because after Meghan became engaged to Harry, Trevor reportedly developed a fictional TV show about a man whose ex-wife marries a British prince. Think about that. Instead of giving angry interviews, he turned the experience into art. That says a lot about him, and maybe even more about her. But here's the twist nobody expected. Trevor didn't collapse forever. He rebuilt. Quietly. While the world focused on Harry and Meghan's public battles, Trevor stepped away from the spotlight and built something stable. A new marriage, a family, 3 children, financial success, no public drama,
No interviews attacking on Meghan.
just a completely different life. And ironically, that quiet stability has made people listen to him even more. Because he doesn't sound bitter. He sounds certain. And certainty changes everything. So now the internet is asking the question nobody can stop thinking about. What exactly did Trevor Engelson see behind closed doors that made him so sure Meghan Markle would marry Prince Harry? Because those 3 words, "Oh, she'll close," don't sound emotional. They sound observational, like a man connecting patterns he had already lived through himself. And maybe that's why this story feels so explosive right now. Because it forces people to rethink everything. Not just Meghan, not just Harry, but the entire fairy tale the world was sold.
So what do you think?
Did Trevor Engelson understand something about Meghan Markle years before the rest of the world caught on? Or are people reading too much into 3 simple words? Drop your thoughts below, because this conversation is only getting bigger.